You're busy explaining something clearly to a friend, to a colleague in a meeting. Everything is going really well. You're telling your story, and the next moment, your mind goes blank. You're reaching for this one word, and it's just not coming to you. And you do what the majority of learners do. You reach for the default phrase, sorry, I don't know how it's called. Sorry, I don't know how it's called. First, let me be clear. It's completely normal to forget vocabulary, especially if there are some factors at play, like lack of sleep, and if you're under stress, or if you're being watched. It's so difficult for the brain to recall under such high-pressure situations, and it happens to natives too. The other day, I completely blanked on the word for this thing. It's really old. I had to go dig it out. It's making some crazy squeaky sounds, and it's proof that I haven't used it or even seen it in a very, very long time. And when I was looking for it, it just didn't come to me. However, I navigated the situation. I didn't stop and reach for this. I chose a different path, and we're going to talk about that today. Now, how it's called sounds like it should work, and to be honest, I understand it. However, it does tell me that you're naturally translating in your head. And here's the language lesson. In many languages, it's completely normal to ask how is it called if you want to know what the name of something is or what the label of this thing is. This is completely natural. So what happens when you're under stress, the brain does what it does best. It goes to default mode, reaches for something that you are familiar with, translates it into English, shoves it out into the world, and you'll often see if nobody corrects you on it, you just keep using it over and over again. So this is my lesson to you, that it is totally incorrect to say, how is it called? And there are some other variations that my students have come up with as well, like how to say it, or how to call it. None of them are correct. Let me explain. How is typically used for process. Like if I want to know how something has been done, I would ask how. How is this coffee made? How did you make the food? Right? You are probably going to answer by explaining, first I did this, then I did this, and then I did this, right? The process. However, when we want to label stuff, we would use what? What is it called? What's the name for this? What's the word for this thing? So here's what native speakers do instead. They don't stop, they don't apologize, and they definitely do not reach for this phrase. Instead, they follow one of the following 4 strategies. Strategy number 1. This is the simplest, the most straightforward. Instead of asking how is it called, you would say what? What is it called again? What is it called again when you do this? Or what is it called again when you go here? Or what is the word for? What is the word for that thing we use when we da 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 da? Notice no tension, no panic, just a clear question. Strategy number 2, they describe instead of ask. So let's use my friend over here again. I would say, you know that thing we use to put holes in blank sheets of paper? You know, if you want to put it in a binder, what do we call that thing again? And you would most likely say, oh yeah, you mean a hole punch. Yeah, a hole punch. Thank you. Notice what I did there. I explained it and then I asked your help. So the flow was not interrupted at all. And that's the key here to fluency, is protect the flow. Last strategy is to buy time confidently and not apologetically. So let's imagine you're in a more formal environment. You are under immense pressure and the stakes are normally way higher in these kind of situations. So it could possibly happen to you and you need to be ready. That's the key here, is be prepared for what could possibly happen. So when it does, you are not caught off guard. You are ready to navigate the situation. And this is what I would do. Let's say I'm talking or I'm busy answering a question and in the moment I forget the word. I would navigate it in the following way. I would say, the word is escaping me. Or I am reaching for a word, but it's not coming to me. I am reaching for a word, but it is not coming to me. Let me put it in another way. About 5 seconds. 5 seconds. And you know, if you've been in this situation, 5 seconds is a lot. By that time, the brain will have caught up with the rest of you, and maybe the word will have arrived, or you will have had enough time to find a different way to express yourself. I was calm, I was confident, no panic, no apology, and nobody felt uncomfortable in any way. Another way is to say, there's another word for it, it will come to me, but in the meantime, I'm going to go for, and then find a synonym. This is where the importance of synonyms comes in. You have to be able to reach for 1 or 2 different synonyms on the spot. To wrap up, here's a list of phrases that you could use instead of how it is called. Number 1, what's it called? Very often followed by again. What's it called again? What's it called again? Number 2, what's the word for? What's the word for? Number 3, what do you call this in English? What do you call this in English? Number 4, is there a specific term for this? Is there a specific term for this? Number 5, I know the idea, but the word is not coming to me. Could you help me out? Forgetting a word in English does not mean your English is bad. It means that that word is not in your active vocabulary yet, and you need to take some extra measures to get it there. Fluency is not about never getting stuck. It's about having confident, clear, correct fallback phrases to reach for in these high-pressure situations. Upgrade the fallback phrase and your English immediately sounds more refined. So this week, listen to yourself. When a word or a phrase disappears, don't panic and do not apologize. Change your strategy. Choose the correct fallback phrase and navigate the situation confidently fluent.